So this is gonna be a different kind of video, not your usual playthrough, not your uh, boss highlights or whatever. I just want to talk about this game that I've been playing for the past 30 hours, and yeah, it's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. While I'm doing that, I'll be just, hanging around, killing folks, and showcasing some gameplay, maybe changing characters here and there. So while I'm doing that, I uh, I prepared some notes here. So this is gonna be divided into different categories of explanation. The first one is my experience with this game. So like I said before, I clocked in this game at around 30 hours. I maxed out all of the characters, King Shark, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and Harley Quinn. So, what is this game about? I'm pretty sure you who are watching probably know about this game, and not in a good way. Some drama behind it, some development issues, and of course, what's a game without a drama in this day and age, right? And I want to bring a different perspective to this game. Hold on. The sound is too loud. Yeah, basically I want to bring a different perspective to this game. Now, just to tell you my background, I'm not really, I mean, I played a few looter shooters game before. Looter shooter games like Remnant 2 and Outriders, and even Ghost of Tsushima, man. They had this multiplayer feature, and that multiplayer is like amazing. It has this looter shooter vibe, but the progression itself is nothing outrageous. No live service thing. It's just pure gameplay. So this brings me to my second point in my review: background drama. So this game is being developed by Rocksteady Studios, the guys that brought us the amazing Arkham series, not including Arkham Origins, because that game is being made by WB Games. It's a separate thing, but it's still canon to the Arkhamverse. Shit, sorry. It's the origins of the Arkham games. But all of the Arkham trilogy from Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight are well beloved by gamers. And now they're making something that's very different from what they're used to make, you know? And I think some of the drama is because of their change in direction. Some people might say they are being intervened by WB Games, but this game was being developed for 7 years, and it has been 9 years since we last saw uh, Rocksteady make any game. Their last game was Arkham Knight, basically. No, not really. They made some VR games before, but their big hit is their last big hit is Arkham Knight, which was 9 years ago. Now, despite all the drama, this game being live service, they want to make players know that even though it has some microtransactions features, it's not that greedy, as in future content will be free for everyone. So, and the microtransactions are only for uh, cosmetics only. That being said, though, even though they promised free DLC drop for the future, people are not impressed for some reason. I don't know, man. It's just sad. I've been having a ton of fun with this game, playing with my friends. During my 30 hours of gameplay, I spent half of it solo, which was really fine. I had no issues with solo, and half of my 30 hours was spent online with my friends. I do understand some frustration, like the server issues and whatnot, and I guess that's a big negative, considering that, if you want to make a live service game, you have to be prepared. The server must be prepared and ready for consumption of the customers. But despite that, I still see this game as what it is, and due to the server issues, they even compensated those who bought the deluxe edition, the early access, because yeah, if you buy the deluxe edition, you get 3 days early access for it. They compensated the money by giving players Luthor coins, and for those of you who don't know, Luthor coins are the microtransactions currencies here. They give us around 2,000 Luthor coins, which is around $220, I think, around that. And I think that's it's a rough start for a live service game launch. But considering it's a live service, I still believe they can fix it later on. I know some of you hate that, oh, we'll just release it now and fix it later mentality, but that's what it is, man. It's just how the industry is being catered towards now, which is not a good thing, honestly. But yeah, I still have some optimism about this game. Now, moving on to the next category, gameplay. So, this game, the highlight of this game, in my opinion, is the gameplay. The looter shooter type deal. But even the looter shooter progression is not that rough. They are very generous with the looter shooter aspect. You progress really fast, and you get loot, good loot really fast. Once you get to level 10, I think you can get legendary gear already from missions. And afterwards, man, it's just a really fun and yet very fast progression system for a looter shooter game. What am I doing? I'm just uh, jumping around. Let's switch to boomerang. Why not? But yeah, gameplay. As you can probably tell, we have 4 characters. We have Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, King Shark, and Harley Quinn. Each of them have different traversal abilities. Even though all of them are using guns, they have different weapon types. So King Shark can use minigun, shotgun, and assault rifle, whereas Captain Boomerang can only use shotgun, SMG, and sniper rifle. So they have this different type of weapon variation to them. But yeah, essentially the gameplay is, just shooting and traversing around the map. And it's this type of game loop that you're gonna be doing for the whole of the game, traversing, fighting, and uh, working together if you're playing co-op. It's just how you handle it, how you enjoy the game, it being a looter shooter. You gotta do with build making, looting, and also tackling tough missions. And they do have a difficulty options here. I'm currently in Invasion level 1, so walk in the park is easy. Best pay attention is normal. Sweating bullets is hard, and I recommend for those of you who are experienced with looter shooters to start with sweating bullets. And invasion levels are basically the end game levels. As for yeah, I'm going off track here, but the gameplay for me is fun. It's fast paced. There's this shield harvesting mechanics where if you shoot, um, like the enemy's legs, they're gonna be stunned and vulnerable for what is called shield harvesting. Because this game puts heavy emphasis on shield instead of health. So yeah, basically the shield is your health, just like in Borderlands or Outriders. Let me just show you how the shield harvesting works. There are some enemies there. So like for example, this enemy. You shoot the legs and they're blue and you can do that. And it gives you shield, basically. And what's interesting about this game, it has also critical reload, just like in Borderlands. If you're familiar with Borderlands, no, not Borderlands, Gears of War, the critical reload animation. And on top of shooting, each character has their own melee mechanics. But melee is simply a way for you to stun the enemy and opening them up. For Harley Quinn, she uses her hammer or gauntlets, and King Shark, he uses a machete, like some sort of butchery cutleries. You know. I love the way it feels. You can dodge, you can throw grenades, and there are elemental abilities as well. Is the variation, enemy variation, but from what I've experienced, I feel like Rocksteady wants this game to put emphasis on endgame, you know? Because in the endgame, you get more enemy variations, more enemy modifying improvements. Like they can cloak, they can't be suicide strikes, they can't be affected by suicide strikes. Suicide strikes, for those of you who don't know, is the ability for us to instantly kill enemies or just, you know, deal massive damage in a cinematic way. Let me just show you if we can find some enemies here. Okay, 12, 16, okay. So this is the suicide strike. So for normal enemies like grunts, get instantly killed by it. But for brutes, the big dudes, it requires maybe multiple suicide strikes attacks. And okay, one more grenade. Yep. So yeah, the gameplay loop consists of you jumping from roof to roof, shooting bad guys, and keep your toes moving, you know. But yeah, the enemy variation is not as bad as I think it would be. I know you're just shooting alien zombies essentially with guns, but I don't really mind because they're just, you know, meatheads for you to shoot and for them to damage you. At higher levels, like invasion levels, they are quite tough, so beware of that. But I love the challenge. I love how balanced. Well, balance is a strong word, yeah. Maybe at the start you feel very overpowered. You have this power fantasy during the story mode, but as you move into the end game, oh, it changes a lot, you know. And some people might prefer one character over the other. Like for me, I prefer playing as King Shark. He's my favorite because of his traversal and he's basically a tank. But since I maxed out all the other characters, I get to experience every single one of them quite thoroughly. Harley Quinn is a very good close combat specialist. Boomerang is a very fast assassin type of character. And Deadshot is, well, the marksman. He can fly, he can shoot enemies from above, and yeah, that puts emphasis on his traversal as well. Being a sniper and having a jetpack puts him at an advantage. But as you start build making, you can pretty much make any character into anything. My King Shark can be an assassin. My Harley Quinn can be a tank. My Boomerang can be a marksman, and my Deadshot can be a close combat specialist. You know, getting into enemies' faces, shooting them while flying. And that's it for gameplay. The mission structure, though, some people might find it boring for the mission structure. It's just survival, capture the point, defending the point, and what else? Escort missions. I'm not sure if you guys like escort missions, but the out of all the mission variation, escort missions are the worst in this game. It's so boring, but yeah, in terms of mission variations, there are like just maybe a handful of them, 5 types. It doesn't matter though, because the highlight is the gameplay. And the mission structure are just there to be a reason for you to shoot bad dudes over and over again. Now, for me, that type of game is what I'm looking for. A game where I can shoot enemies endlessly and improving my character even better and becoming a more deadly killing machines. But most of the gamers and the players might not like that. They might find it repetitive and well, for those of you who find this game repetitive, let me just say this game is not for you. It is a looter shooter. For those of you who like looter shooters, might appreciate this game a bit more. And that's why I'm saying that the hate is not justified. Maybe when we get to the story, it's gonna get more justified. Okay, moving on to the next point, which is performance. As I mentioned before, there are some server issues. At the start, I played this game on the 30th of January up until now. Now it's the 4th of February. I experienced a lot of server issues, especially when playing with friends. And since this is an always online game, even if you're playing solo, if the server just, you know, died, if the server is down, you can't really play this game. So, but Rocksteady promised us of an offline mode feature. So I think this game learned from Marvel's Avengers. I played Marvel's Avengers as well. At first, I liked it, but Marvel's Avengers as a live service uh, is not good. You know, with paid DLCs and everything. And from that point on, Rocksteady learned and went to make all post-launch content free. Oh, I have some upgrades. Hold on. Yeah, post-launch contents being free is a plus point. Performance, some bug issues, maybe minor ones, like cutscenes not having audio, and some cutscenes are like very janky. When you end a mission, for example, rescuing civilians, the place where you rescue them kind of spaz out the bus. So basically, in the civilian rescue, you have to rescue civilians and deliver them to this bus or truck thing. And at the end of that mission, the truck kind of spaz out, and it's just funny, but nothing major. But it kind of feels like a cheap development. It's like it's not baked in the oven that well. It's not ready for release as of yet. That's what it feels like when you see something like that. But it doesn't really bother me. It's funny when I'm playing with friends and we just laugh it out. Graphics, though, I'm not sure if my live stream is doing this game justice. I think the graphics is pretty solid. Compare this to Arkham Knight, though. I'm not sure. Maybe because this game is online and they have to cater towards the chaos and they have to balance between particle effects and uh, graphic details. But I think they did a pretty good job with graphics. This being a current gen, I mean, a current gen game, I think it's pretty good. And I do have to agree that Arkham Knight, even though it's an old game, it still has amazing graphics even to this day. So that tells something about Rocksteady in the past. But maybe I'm talking a lot of shit about Rocksteady, maybe a little bit, even though this video is titled "It Doesn't Deserve the Hate." But I promise I'll tell you even more. In the next category, I will be talking about story. Okay, this is a controversial one. Let me just say that the story is not long. I clocked in at around 10 hours maybe. But that's me doing all the side missions and all that. Maybe if you can rush it, you can get around 6 hours to beat the game. 6 or 5 hours, and that's not long. I do have to admit that's not long. But again, they want to put emphasis on the end game. They want players to get to end game as quick as possible and get the end game loot and difficulty. And that's where when the game shines is at the end game, man. It being a looter shooter and all. But the story it's a tough one. At some parts of the story I do like. I do love how they portray Batman. Uh, Batman being evil and unhinged and all that. At the start of the game, it has a very strong introduction to the world of the Justice League. I mean, Suicide Squad, and how the Batman Arkham uh, team up with the Justice League and everything. And bear in mind, this game is canon to the Arkhamverse. It is a continuation of the Arkhamverse. So if some of you guys are salty about it, it's, well, I do understand why. Even though Batman is being unhinged here, I love the brutal Batman, but his treatment is disrespectful. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm sure it's already out there somewhere in Twitter. But the way they portray the heroes here, even though it's interesting to see evil heroes in this R-rated game, the treatment is kind of disrespectful, not gonna lie. the way they end the Batman, Superman, Flash, especially Flash, man. Flash in this game is done dirty. He gets to shine at the start, but at the end, he's just like, okay, whatever. Here's the Flash. It's just another minor character, you know. What other thing about story? The dialogue of the Suicide Squad is funny. Not all of them hits though. I do have to admit, Captain Boomerang and King Shark is a highlight for me. They're so funny. But Harley Quinn and Deadshot, somehow they just, I'm just annoyed by them. Deadshot is a boring character, and Harley Quinn is annoying. Even though we know this the same Harley Quinn from the Batman Arkham series. Ooh, a tank. Yeah, but having King Shark in this game is interesting. We didn't get too much of his background. I know he's Aquaman's enemy, but even Aquaman is not in this game, bro. They don't want to put Aquaman in this game. That's how bad Aquaman as a character really is. No, just kidding. But yeah, dialogue is fine. Um, Having the heroes act all cocky and pompous about themselves, Batman being very dark, Superman being very egotistical, Green Lantern being very prideful, and Flash being an asshole, really. Yeah, I'm not sure a lot of players will be happy about that. Next on the story section is the bosses. How are the bosses in this game? The bosses in this game is fun. Some of them are fun. I love the third and the fourth boss. You know, when we fight the and the fourth Justice League hero. The second Justice League hero. I don't want to spoil anything. The second Justice League hero is very easy to beat. And the very first time we fought the Flash, because it's out there already. We're fighting the Flash and we're killing the Justice League. It's in the title. The Flash fight, I don't have any issues with it. I'm not sure why IGN is complaining about it. The Flash is fast and he's kind of annoying to fight, but that's just how it is. As villains, if you think about it, as villains, they're probably annoyed. They get annoyed fighting Flash, because he's so fast and it's hard to hit him. But that's the point. That's how you're supposed to feel fighting these heroes. Oh shit! No, the trophy. Where is it? Fuck, man. Yeah, as I was saying, you're supposed to be annoyed by fighting these heroes and feel frustrated because the Suicide Squad, they're nothing compared to the Justice League. And I love that, sense of impossible task. And overall, the story is fine. I'll give it probably around 6 or 7 out of 10. And the elephant in the room, yeah, the disrespect towards the heroes. So overall, this game, I think it has a niche target market. Not everyone is gonna like it, especially considering that it's tied to the source material of, DC and the Arkhamverse that Rocksteady has built. Uh, Maybe for people like me who enjoys looter shooter, it's gonna go well. Fucking hell, man. What? Is this one always falling down? Fuck. Okay. Yeah, the target audience is very niche. I do hope that this game will be successful as I want to keep on seeing more content from Rocksteady. I don't want this game to die like Marvel's The Avengers, because I do see the potential of this game being really good. So overall, final rating, for me personally, I would give it 8.5 tops. That's the highest I can get. Um, but for the majority of people, they're probably gonna they're gonna rate this game at maybe 7. It's not a terrible game, bear in mind. It's good. I love it. I've been having fun with it, but it's not for everyone. So yeah, that's for my review of the Suicide Squad. It's probably longer than it's supposed to be. Thinking of making a 10-minute video of it, but nah, I gotta dive into it while I'm experiencing the game like this, a live gameplay. So what do you guys think about the game? Are you guys gonna get it? Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Are you gonna get it? Are you gonna get it at a discount? Are you gonna get it at full price? Did you buy the deluxe edition? And what do you think about how Rocksteady handles the Justice League? Uh, I'm very much disappointed in a way by the community for hating on this game too much. Maybe they have a certain amount of expectations from Rocksteady, but it is a different genre that they are doing. Well, not the shooter part. Rocksteady has made shooter games in the past, but their big hits are the Arkham trilogy, and them making looter shooter. People might say, "Oh man, WB Games ruined this game. They ruined Rocksteady, and they're not who they were, and they're not at their prime, basically, for Rocksteady." But I don't know. I still have some optimism towards Rocksteady, and I think this game is worth supporting for those of you who like looter shooters. Just see the game as what it is. Don't see the game from the drama and, the business side of it. And if you are not keen on microtransactions, then don't buy the microtransactions. It's completely optional. Like here, let me show you. In the store, it's just for costumes, and the costumes are not even that great for now. For now, but they do plan on bringing battle passes, and that must have give us, amazing, amazing outfits. And they're giving DLC characters for free for the future. I know that they're preparing for the March release of the first battle pass, and that's gonna come with Joker as a playable character. So yeah, this video is already longer than I was hoping it's gonna be. So hope you guys enjoyed my review. Uh, Take care and peace out.
a refined destiny.